Good day, sir. The topic that we will be talking about is comparing different forms of society and individuals such as agrarian, industrial, and virtual. But first, let me tell you our objectives to this topic. Our report aims to describe the different forms of societies such as agrarian, industrial, and virtual societies. Compare and contrast the forms of societies and explain the differences in individual behaviors under different forms of society. I am Mika Joy A. Agustin from 12 STEM Tesla who will be reporting about agrarian society. Before going to agrarian society, let me first give you a brief understanding about the word society. Society is composed of people living together in an organized community with laws and traditions controlling their behaviors towards one another. People living in a society share common customs, laws, and organization. Meanwhile, agrarian society is a form of society that focuses its economy on agriculture and the cultivation of large fields. Agrarian society is defined by food production, storage, and land. Land and honor became the basis for wealth and social status. This type of society started when the people started to stay in one place and use food production such as farming as a tool for survival. Hence, land is the most important source of wealth and social status. Under the agrarian society, there is a political system that emerged in several places around the world during the medieval period. This political system is called feudalism. In feudal systems, the peasants or serfs held the lowest status in society. Their social class was determined for them and they had to work in long hours to ensure a roof and food for their families. An individual living in agrarian society has limited chance to improve their lives and move from one class type to another. Justice, moral, and economic systems were dictated by the landowners. People living in the agrarian society, particularly in feudal states, have limited chance to improve their lives due to the rigid social system that governs it.
Society industrial. Factories and machines are dominant in industrial societies. Technological advancements are used to support the growing population of the world since the Industrial Revolution. Mass production is a fast and efficient method of manufacturing goods using standardized models of units. The goods produced are typically identical from one another. Cars, laptops, books, clothes, and many other essential goods that people use are manufactured in a factory. Agrarian society depended on manual labor, but industrial society brought machines and technology, increasing production efficiency. This shift introduced mass production, enabling the creation of identical items like the iPhone 6, which follows a standard model with identical components. Society individuals in industrial society. The people living in an industrial society is divided by their economic status, wherein the upper class consists of capitalists and factory owners, while the lower class is composed of laborers and factory workers. Karl Marx argued that this division of labor created economic and intellectual inequalities. In his manifesto, he coined the terms proletariat, working class, and bourgeoisie, which is the ruling class. According to Karl Marx, each mode of production has its own distinctive class system, but it always has two types of class, such as the dominant ruling class and the subordinate working class. The ruling class controls the appropriation of the produced goods, hence they control not only the production of material goods, but also of the production of ideas. In general, the ruling class influences the existing political system. Nonetheless, Karl Marx argued that industrial societies have their own distinct class system. Similar to landowners, the ruling class or the bourgeoisie influences almost all aspects of life of the people. Industrial societies like agrarian ones have strict social structures. However, instead of being led by landowners and nobles, they are dominated by capitalists and merchants. It's also easier for the middle class, bourgeoisie, to rise and challenge through ruling elite.
So, what is virtual society? Virtual society is a type of society that is formed in the realm of the internet where spatial or spatial context is dissolved and authority is difficult to establish. According to Steve Woolgar, a virtual society would be one that was not yet fully realized, almost a society with the possibility of becoming a society. As technological advancement progresses, internet is also creating changes in the way people behave, interact with one another, and identify themselves. Internet now offers medium for learning, working, shopping, banking, governance, medicine, and social interaction. A virtual society has its own variants of physical institutions such as remote learning, e-government, electronic shopping, digital banking, and teleworking. Individuals in the virtual society has immeasurable freedom compared to the two previous forms of society. It breaks the geographical barriers that separate states and nations from one another. Along with globalization, it brings the people closer to one another and turns the lines distinguishing the differences of the people blurred. It transcends time and space, which was previously deemed significant aspect of societies. Hence, it change allows the removal of fixed social castes in its members. However, unlike the other forms of society, virtual societies are living in a world that has no physical grounding. Anyone can easily change identities. It is easy to deceive and be deceived. Moreover, any virtual society can easily dissolve into oblivion. Its lack of sense of spatial context allows it to live in the abstract world without removing its objective reality. It means that even if it works on the mind of the people, it cannot be denied with a reality that exists outside the real of the mind. However, as much as it increases the efficiency of humans' activities, it also increases the questions about realities and knowledge. It poses questions and laws and governance that would protect a person from threats in the online world.
Good evening to each and everyone. I'm John Ignacio. Let me summarize our report about different forms of societies. As what my member said, there are three different forms of societies. The first one is the agrarian. Let me tell you about agrarian. Agrarian is focused on food production and agriculture, and the landowners dominate the social system. And lastly, the peasants work for the landowners in exchange of food and production. The second one is the industrial. Industrial focus on mass production of goods and new technology. Also, the ruling class dominate the social and political systems. The ruling class control the production of material goods and of ideas. And lastly, the virtual. Virtual focus is on interest based on relationships and human activities. And that's all. Thank you.